Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to get started with the SH Figuarts Shinkocchou Seihou Momotaros Imagin. So my main man Momo here. Shout out to Lana, who I got into Kamen Rider. I've known you for God knows how long, and I hope you see this Momo video and know that this Momo is for you. And blessings, because it's mine. You can't have it. But yeah, let's talk about Momo. Gotta honestly say, love this guy. If you love Deno, you're obviously gonna love the Imagin. So I love the fact that they are making Momotaros and Shinkocchou Seihou, the renewal version. Really hoping that we see the other four Imagin as well. Really hoping that this does well enough that we can warrant that. So, without further ado, let's step into the look. We have this nice glossy red over a darker red. That looks really good. He's showing up pretty glossy here, but I think overall I like that design. I'll probably get another one so I can mat it out so I can just see how it looks up against cameras. But I don't mind the gloss because it's pretty accurate to a brand new suit design while it was airing. It does get dirtier and chill as we go along. There's other iterations, but in terms of what they knocked it out with this, I think it's pretty good. The face sculpt is very nice for Momo. There we go. Like an Oni demon, but not actually an Oni. So the Imagin look really cool. And he's the blunt one, the really, I care about everybody, but it's all through like the buddy big brother sort of feel. And he helped taught you know what, not gonna spoil the story, let's not do that. But let's jump into our articulation. We have our nice horns. They are made of hard plastic. If you drop these, it's over for you, so hopefully they won't land on the horns. As far as our articulation goes, if you stand this guy straight up, we have our head can look down, as you can see here. We can look up. Let's actually fix that. There we go. We can T-pose. That means the shoulders are going over the soft plastic. Allows for better movement. Our ab crunch. Oop. So our ab crunch, we have to be careful. But I'm very happy that this actually happened on camera. It's proof that it won't break. There's a small ball joint here. This also allows you, and I'll get to that later, this will allow you to pretty much swap belts when you need to look like he's transforming. So I'm glad I kind of fell into that by accident. So as far as our ab crunch goes, this is as far as we're getting with just the front ab crunch. Backwards, this is how which we get. We can tilt side to side very well. As far as our arms go, we can rotate around. As you can see, we shift up and down, rotate above, over, or you can tuck it in, whichever one you prefer. I prefer the over. You have bicep swivel. We are double jointed, so we can touch the head, but because of the way the shoulder pads are, that's gonna happen. So please be very, very careful. So let's pop this back in. There we go. And we do have a nice swivel, kind of like O's, where it gives you a little bit of extra wiggle left and right. We have plenty of room to articulate in our wrist joint. With our legs, we can go about this far out before the leg armor will get in the way. So you have to rotate it forwards to get a little bit more outward, as you can see here. Forward leg articulation means we can actually get about this far with no problem. Let's see if we can balance them up with a standard front kick. Let's see what happens. Yep. Nope. Looks like Momo can balance, but we just have to be a little careful. Let's see if we can. There we go. So we can hold that up. So Momo can actually hold his leg up, go pretty far forward. There's actually a little bit of thigh swivel here too. And double jointed. So as you can see, it tucks right in. You can put your foot forward, foot backwards. We have toe pivot and ankle pivot. It's very generous going inward and outward. So when you want to do your Ore Sanjo, it'll be very easy for you to do so. Oh, don't forget, like I said, both sides, that can wiggle in and out. So as far as movement for your Ore Sanjo, this looks really good. Looks like we're off to a very, very good start with Momotaros. I don't have the proper hands, but if we're gonna actually pose them up and look pretty cool, let's get a similar or close to fighting stance to Ore Sanjo. For I have arrived, right? So we got a nice good stance going. So without further ado, let us please jump into the accessories. So let's get to it. All right, guys, accessories time. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, so obviously we have a thigh swivel. Forgot to mention that before, so I'm gonna just put that out there now. you can tell, oh, actually we have a really deep cut here. So you can actually rotate this in. Didn't know you could. So you can actually get some extra movement. So if we want to looking like we're doing crazy, some sort of crazy posing here, this is actually pretty cool. I didn't know that we can tuck this all the way through and in. That was actually pretty new to me. Again, finding happy accidents. So let me see if I can get this guy posed back up to talk about some of the accessories. Ichigo, I'm sorry. So I don't know if you guys can hear him in the background being, you know, needy. So I mentioned before, Ore Sanjo. We have our signature pose hands for that. Here we are. Next up, you'll get pointing hands. You'll get two, one for left and right. You'll get thumbs up hands for both of them, left and right. Oh, actually, no, I may have it wrong. This may be the saucer holding hand. Nope, this is the thumbs up. Yep, thumbs up. Because you actually do get a drink beverage from the director of the train, the denliner, and you'll have dedicated hand, well, one dedicated hand for that. These will be your semi-relaxed hands. Then you'll have your sword holding hands. Now, your sword holding hand can also hold your saucer for your drink. There we go. See ya. So let's get that focus on. There we go. And if you want to see the sword holding hand with the sword, so here's Momo's sword, which I absolutely adore. This thing is awesome. So Momo's sword, slides right in, handles like a boss, plus 900 damage. So, and then you'll have your dedicated hand for holding your beverage. You slide that first finger through and it holds it. There we go. So you can look cool as an Imagin drinking your beverage, right? One more thing I want to show, because as earlier, I know you saw him kind of come apart at the torso a little easily. And I didn't mind that because this allowed me to test this theory out, that I wanted to see if this looked good on there. So I'm going to test this out right now. I want to see if Momo can wear the belt. If you're going to henshin and look cool, you got to do it right. Yep, and it works. So if you want to pretend he's going to do the henshin without Ryutaros, he actually looks really good. Oop, my focus is all out of whack. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is a good sign. I see stuff like this is what I enjoy. You've made it so that it's easy for people to swap it out and make that change for this to do certain particular scenes. So I really like that idea. So let's swap this back out. And now, once I fix this pretty much off camera, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into those size comparisons. So let's get to it, y'all. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, now on to size comparisons. Now, before we jump into that, I want to say I made an honest mistake. I totally talked about the hand holding the saucer. It's actually this hand, the open, relaxed hand, which holds your saucer. Now, I like the other hand, but personally, the instructions said this one, so I wanted to double check because it felt wrong. So here you have it. Now, size comparison-wise, it's pretty cool because I like where Momotaros stand. Not too big, not too tall, but if you mess with a lot of domestics, this is where it'll get a little tricky for you. So, first things first, let's compare it to some Kamen Riders. Here is him next to his Deno sword form. Since he's possessing a human body, it kind of works out being a little bit shorter, especially because it's next to the Deno. It starts off as platform. Here he is next to another renewal, which is SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuga. And then we compare to a normal SHF. Here we have Vulcan Assault Wolf, right? There we go. He seems to be a little bit taller, which is okay. Then, for those of you that want to pair it up with your Sentai counterparts or Power Ranger counterparts, here's a Lightning Collection Green Ranger. Now, Momo is a little smaller, but when you're doing some sort of action scene or anything where they don't have to stand directly tall next to each other, you'll be totally fine. Or even like this, totally fine. People are guaranteed to be different heights. None of your friends are all the same height. So here you have it, right? Now we're going to compare to some other stuff. So let's move these guys ever so gently out the way. Next up, we have G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. There we go. Then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Right? And let's do Don Le Million from 1000 Toys, right? So these kind of guys actually all stand a little bit better in terms of size next to Momotaros. It actually works out pretty well. I like the way G.I. Joe scales because nobody's the same height, but I usually use the ninjas. But if you had taller characters, you would have an idea of where they stand. Here we are with a Storm Collectibles skeleton from Golden Axe, right? So as you can see, definitely on the smaller scale. Now, one thing I forgot to throw in, but I'm going to put it in a picture, is going to be how he looks against shocker combatants. I have some, just forgot to take them out, and I can't reach them right now. Last but not least, here we are with a Marvel Legends AIM soldier and a Mythic Legions Vampire 1.0 body. But you will get a picture of them versus Shocker, so let's just, you know, we're good with that. But all in all, this is an excellent piece. If you don't know anything about Kamen Rider, but you like this really cool design, this is something you could buy standalone and really enjoy. Or, you know, not. Some people just like to buy cool red things. Luckily for me, it happens to be both. I like Kamen Rider and I like red things, so it works out for me. But if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to recommend it to friends. Trying to get more people to get into Kamen Rider. You know what I mean? But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. I hope you found it informative. As always, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.